This time you have gone too far. What are you talking about? Don't get technical with me.
Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're all doing fantastically. My name is Eric, and I'm going to be recording a reaction video this afternoon, a reaction to a video recently uploaded by Hopelessly Realistic. That's a YouTube personality, YouTube channel, etc., period. We've been acquaintances for quite a while now. Okay, so this is one of my first videos of this kind. I'm not going off the script. I'm sorry if I meander a bit, or ramble, or stutter, etc. Sorry if I don't have a great delivery. Great start. Anyways, what I'm going to be doing is, again, reacting to one of her videos, and what you'll be seeing on the screen is screenshots I've taken from said video. So you may see the first few pages actually show those screens inside her YouTube page, with the surrounding names, titles, etc. Later into the video, I think I just zoom into just the particular parts of the video, the screenshots that I'll be talking about. So again, these will all be screenshots from her video, nothing from any other sources. I cover pretty much most of them. I think you'll see 19 pages of screenshots. I don't think any of the screenshots include the little notes Hopelessly writes to the side, and maybe her little jokes and sarcastic little comments. So you'll just see the screenshots as she posted, and I'll give you my feedback on them for this video. Now, as I said, there's 19 videos. I'm going to just cut to the chase, spoiler alert, show you I think it's 17 and 18 slides first, because they show the main gist of my argument today, and I'm telling you, this video I'm reacting to is quite ridiculous. No offense, Hopelessly, no offense, but this argument, you're going to see, unless I'm confused, maybe I'm just not seeing it right, but it looks so outrageously, a stretch, basically just taking something and grossly trying to misinterpret it, knowing that 99.999% of humanity is going to see through what they're doing quite easily, but, I'll make it easier by pointing it out to you. Again, I'm sorry if I sound sarcastic or jokey. Again, there's some things going on that are quite serious, but, sometimes I handle things with humor because, it's a way of dealing with life when it gets pretty bad. So, let's see, where am I now? So I'm doing my introduction, and, why am I even bothering with this? Well, it was my connection. My name is Eric, I think I said that. Well, I mentioned in the video, my name is in there, Eric, in the screenshots, and again, this video, if I haven't said, is all about reacting to her video, what is her video about? It is taking a bunch of screenshots that do not prove her point, but then saying it does. And what is her point? She is accusing various people of serious charges. This basically, she's saying that they have gone after another channel and tried to talk them into killing themselves. So we have a charge here of attempting to encourage a person to commit suicide. I think there's a person who went to prison for that. You might have seen in 2020 or some TV show about, the girl who talked her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or friend into killing themselves. And there's been a lot of talk about it. They went to jail for it. And I guess that's kind of what Hopelessly would like some of her enemies to go to jail under false charges. And that's not the first time I've seen that. And again, sorry for being sarcastic. I'm just, sitting here in my room talking to my phone. So, yeah, I think I'll kind of get in the background. Let's jump right into the 17th screenshot, and here we go. Now, before I start talking about this first slide, actually slide number 17, I did listen to my previous recording, and I heard a few slight misstatements, like saying 19 videos instead of 19 slides, verbalizing the word period, LOL, stuff like that, but pretty much I'm satisfied with it. And so let's go on to this slide. As I said, I'm cutting to the chase. Spoiler alert, going right to the end. What is this death threat? Now, I am told, and it's been implied through Hopelessly Realistic's video quite strenuously, that this page includes I said death threat. Okay, so why would I make that mistake? Why would I say death threat? Well, it is the case that first, Hopelessly Realistic was going around telling people and making videos about death threats. Someone made a death threat to a channel. Well, when I tried to call them on that, they're hard to call on things. They just double down, triple down, but they were forced to say, no, there was no death threat. It was a, encouragement of suicide. Both are wrong, but so that's why both terms get kind of thrown around, because Hopelessly made that mistake, and now she's corrected it, and I hope she corrects this mistake, which I doubt she will. She may be forced to through nothing I do or say, just, public opinion. I know she does care very much about what people think about her, and I would think if she did, she would just act a little better. They'll think better of you if you did that. Sorry again for my sarcasm. Okay, so let's go on to here. Okay, not death threats. So somewhere on this page is someone's trying to pressure or convince or talk someone into committing suicide. Again, hopefully I had some trigger warnings at the beginning of this video. So I won't necessarily always read these things, and what I'd suggest you do is just, sometimes you can pause it, listen to it yourself, and hear me talk about it. Yeah, you can do that every slide if you want to, or you can just listen along with me. Again, so let me just read this. So Amber Ann, who is Amber Ann? Well, first of all, Amber Ann is not me. The first I'd ever seen of this slide or any of these slides in this video was in Hopelessly Realistic's video. So I had nothing to do with whoever this person is that's posting this, but they seem to have some disagreements with some other channels, such as, what can we just say here? So I believe, if I'm not completely out of my mind, that this Amber Ann is speaking to Squishyopia in a video comment section. So that's what you can kind of see, I believe, in some of these screenshots, some back and forth between Amber Ann and Squishyopia. And this video will include some other sources, I think. Again, all sources contributed. Thank you by Hopelessly Realistic. Thanks for providing this material for me to discuss today. And sorry if I talk a little bit fast. Usually I don't do that. I've just been doing it a little bit lately. Okay, so Amber Ann speaking to Squishyopia. Again, keep your eye out for enticement to suicide. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Sorry if it is not the right word. So Amber Ann, it says 2 weeks ago. I don't know when the screenshot was made. If it was made yesterday, I guess that would be 2 weeks in a day. If it was made 2 months ago, it would be 2 months and 2 weeks ago. Obvious, it's obvious. So I don't know when this is from. But the video, I guess, hopefully was the other day. I'm sorry, I overtalk sometimes. Apologies. Put me on double speed if you need. That would be hard to understand. Okay, so Amber Ann says, I think to Squishyopia, and that's the name I will use, Squishyopia, the name of the channel. I believe the channel is used by 2 different people, so that could be confusing. The particular individual that I'm representing, if I think of as Squishyopia, goes by the genders of they and them, and I've known that for a while, and I always try, but I get it wrong sometimes, and again, I apologize for any time I've got it wrong. I know I apologize back then, so I guess I'm just talking too much. Amber Ann says, right, apologizing in one video after a gang of them harassed Alt for 12 months, and here's an aside. Again, since I didn't write this, and I was not involved in the writing of it, I can't necessarily vouch for what they're saying. This is just what they wrote. If you want my opinion on what's right and or what's not, you can ask me. Maybe I will give my 2 cents throughout the video at some point, but I'm not necessarily going to go around correcting someone else's stuff. I'm just reading it and giving my feedback on it. Because again, this was in a Hopelessly Realistic video as proof of these suicide pressure campaign. Sorry, let's go back to where it was. Apologizing in one video after a gang of them harassed Alt for 12 months, every single day. No one's clapping for you if they know what has all happened. I'm a great reader, I know, sorry. For a second, I thought, good for you. But then I thought about the last year, and then I heard you're still bothering Hatch. Hey, that's me. Oh, no, that's not me. I'm Eric. Sorry. You're bothering Erik. That's me. And Hatch. I know them. So that didn't last long. You're not pure evil like hopelessly hot trash. Sorry for the, the insult there, hopelessly. I didn't write that. Sorry. So you're pure evil like hot trash. Well, you're not. Okay, so what they're saying, but you should end it all now to make sure. So you're not pure evil like hopelessly hot trash. This person seems to be saying, well, I know I disagree with you and you've done some bad things, but you're not a lost cause like hopelessly. No, hopelessly's not a lost cause. She's, just no, that's recording. Anyways, I'm just gonna end it. So did anybody notice the encouragement to commit suicide? Actually, I'll just not spoil it yet. We'll go to the next page. That will show a little more. And I'm sorry this took 6 minutes just for the slide. Alright, so the cropping you were seeing on this screen was not done by me. This was the decision of Hopelessly Realistic. She's zoomed in here for us to make her point. It's quite ominous, doesn't it appear? You're not pure evil like hopelessly hot trash, but you should end it all now to make sure. Yes, what we're seeing here is, I guess Amber wants, Squishyopia to end it all, just to make sure. It's kind of like, nuke it from space, just to make the only way to be sure. I don't need to make jokes about the movie Aliens, but what we're seeing here, again, well, so far, this is nothing done maliciously by Squishyopia. This video has been posted by Hopelessly Realistic. Hopelessly Realistic is taking this last sentence, apparently applying something to it that's not. And, actually, the funny thing is, my last page, I'm sorry that anything is funny in this evil world, but gotta do what you gotta do. But, I think through my last reading of the previous screen, I made it seem actually worse sounding than it would have been if you just read it through normally because of my stopping. If you just read it through, because the thing is, I kind of separated the other parts of the page from the end, kind of put some distance, meaning that, okay, well, to make my point clear, I'm going to actually leave the screen and go back to the previous screen so we can see it all in its glorious common text. Thank you. Who here has noticed that English can be a rather vague language? Well, I have, and let's take a look at the last sentence here. But you should end it all now to make sure. Should end it. It. What is it? That's actually a song from that's the side. So it can be various things. Let's just look at the top of the page. After a gang of them harassed Alt for 12 months. Wow, that's a thing. There's some harassment going on. But then I thought about the last year, and then I heard you're still bothering Erik and Hatch. That's something that was going on. I wonder if it could mean one of those two things. The thing that takes up the majority of the page, these, however you want to call it, label it, term it, whatever. I'll call it harassment campaign. That's just my preference and my experience. But yeah, so I think you should end the hate campaign. I think it's like what I called it before, but anyways, just to make sure of what? Just make sure you're a decent person. Just to make sure people will understand that you've really sincerely turned the corner in your whatever it is you got swept up in and the things you had to apologize for. So I guess that's towards Squishyopia. Sorry, no offense. Again, this video is mostly about Hopelessly Realistic. There might be a little bit about Squishy at the end when we, just delve a little bit into their responsibility in this or their lack of responsibility in it, as the case may be. But again, okay, so this is the cutting to the chase. This is it. These 2 screens, were the primary. This is where the suicide encouragement apparently took place. These are the screens, the last 2 screens other than the thank you screen. That was just number 19. That's the grand reveal of her argument, of Hopelessly Realistic's argument. Like the ta-da moment and the grand reveal. Here is the suicide encouragement. Again, I know people might tend to read into something like what they want to see. So maybe everyone else who reads the screen, knowing the slightest context of it, knowing about the campaign of hate that's referred to throughout the thing, that would be what they want to end, as opposed to, hey, yeah, I'm just some random stranger on the internet who's just wanting to tell you some advice about leaving some people alone. But yeah, I just thought at the end of it, I would say, oh yeah, and go kill yourself. No, that's a leap. People, it's more than a leap. It's like leaping over the Grand Canyon on a pogo stick. So I'm not going to go there. You guys can try it. Again, that's just being jokey. Sorry. So I don't even know what more I have to say. That's the thing about this. When it's so ridiculous, something so easily dismissed shouldn't need a video reaction as long as this one, I'm afraid, is growing into. But as long as we're here, there's going to be about 15 or 16 other slides to look at. You don't have to watch any of them. At this point, you could just say, well, I've heard enough. Somebody is taking these screens, trying to desperately read something into it to somehow win some kind of argument online or get their, I said before, enemies. We're not really enemies. We're just people on other sides of disputes. Some people meaning more serious than others. Some people maybe defending people. Some people attacking people. I forget where I was going. Other than, yeah, it's a sad situation. I don't know why that video by Hopelessly had to be made. Yeah, sometimes I call them her, Hopelessly. I think they go by her, she. Okay, I guess the case has been made. I'll just run through the rest of the slides just for completeness. All right, bye. Hi everyone, thanks for sticking around. Now, as I mentioned, I've already cut to the chase, shown you the end of the story, proved my case, I believe, but now I'm just going to go back to the beginning and just work my way all the way up to the end. And as I said, not necessary, but hey, maybe we'll learn something of interest here. So this is the actual first screen of the 19 screens from Hopelessly Realistics. Here we see it seems to be a YouTube comment section, and there's the same Amber Ann account. That's not me. Since 2 weeks ago, I don't know 2 weeks from what. Now we see for sure it's at Squishyopia. Earlier from screen 17, that wasn't quite clear, but I told you it probably was. So here we see for sure, yes, it's for Squishyopia. Now again, these aren't my words. These are Amber Ann's words coming from the screenshot of Hopelessly Realistic's channel, and I'm going to read them. And if I want to give my 2 cents about something, I will. And I'll just drop one little mystery for you all. Where did these screenshots come from? When Hopelessly Realistic was asked to prove her point, she said, "Oh, I don't have the receipts, but I'm working on it." And then, I called her out on, if you didn't have the receipts, if you didn't have the proof, why did you jump the gun and make this big accusation about people trying to cause people to commit suicide? Why didn't you get your receipts first? But as I also told them, maybe I'll show them the screenshots, maybe I won't. They seem to be basing their accusations on, say, the word of someone else. Well, that's really jumping the gun. Forget that. So where did these screenshots come from? She did not have them for a while, but she seemed to have gotten them later. And one other little nugget of interest is that Hopelessly and Squishyopia had a falling out. I don't think I'm giving away any secrets. I think that's well established. There was a video made by Squishyopia, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, having to distance themselves from Hopelessly, maybe apologize for having dealt with them after having found out some rather troubling details that came out about Hopelessly. At that point, pretty much everybody was making, I'm being sarcastic or hyperbolic, but yeah, everybody was distancing themselves, making apology videos, but that's judgery. So, without all rambling there, let me just read this page. Amber Ann 2 weeks ago writes to @Squishyopia. Can you even imagine what Alternative has gone through after those paragraphs of complaining you just wrote? All that you wrote, not that I believe it, is literally a speck of the shit pile you dropped on Alternative. Sorry for the swearing, but I'm going to just read things as it says on the page. You can't complain about the shit you got after all the shit you caused. You want to harass and help to dox people, but cry and call the police when a little hint of it gets blown your way? You literally can't complain after the hell you helped put someone through for no good reason for an entire year. Oh, my 2 cents? I wouldn't say it's a year. Definitely less than a year, but I understand. Maybe they're rounding it up. I don't know. You obviously have learned nothing after all of this, and if you hadn't got caught, you would still be doing it. Bottom line. Okay, that was interesting. Oh, and now that I look down further, you can see here, this is one of those pages where it's just a screenshot of Hopelessly Realistic's video, premiered 5 or 6 hours ago from whenever I took the screenshot. I guess I should know that a little better. The video is called Alternative Vlogs. Amber Ann got caught trying to save her pathetic something, all the tea, part 1.4. Whew, this is what I consider tea. Anyways, you can go find this video yourself. Maybe I'll put a link in the description or look at the title. Sorry for being sarcastic, but this has been a rough year, folks. It's been a rough year for everyone. Really, sorry for crying. I have my health, mostly. So yeah, this is just kind of an online thing. That's turned to an IRL thing. That's turned to a police investigation. That's turned into an FBI investigation. So yeah, this isn't just piddling stuff I'm talking about here, folks. But so let's just get to the next page. Hi, folks. I was just going to read this and then skip to the next page, but I just noticed something interesting at the end. Let's see if you noticed along with me. Okay, I will start reading Amber Ann 2 weeks ago. If you want to actually make this end, you would stop threatening Erik. That's me. Thanks for the person who's standing up for me. I appreciate it. And H, you just need to drop it. Anyone who knows you at all and knows Erik at all knows he wouldn't hurt a fly. And you effed around with a cult to hurt people for fun. So just stop it now. If you want it to be over, then stop talking to Erik and stop rehashing everything. You're not a victim. If you actually feel bad for any part of this, you will back off Erik and H now. For good. End it. Okay, let's have a little pause here for a second while you consider that. So the end of this slide, similarly to the end of slide 17, which was the crux of their suicide encouragement campaign accusations, ended with another thing about ending it. End it all. This one says end it. Do you see? Sorry for that. They're talking about the campaign to hurt, and they're asking for it to end. They talk about the campaign to hurt. They ask it to end. Nowhere are they asking anyone to end their lives. I repeat, nowhere is anyone being asked to end their lives, but that is what the charge was made by Hopelessly Realistic. In case I haven't mentioned it, that is a serious accusation being made by Squishyopia. I believe they have already gone to the police with this accusation. At least that's what I think they said in the screenshots. I'll go check my screen caps later and verify. Maybe they'll speak up and let us know if they call the police or not. But, with this, nothing evidence, they would go to the police. Knowing that they had also gone to the police months ago for similarly nothing evidence, I'm seeing a pattern. I'm seeing they who cried wolf. I'm seeing someone who's got a false police report filed on the record. I'm seeing someone who's facing possibly serious charges, and that name is not Erik. But again, let me just go back to the screenshot, as I think I kind of overly redundantly pointed out. End it means end the hate campaign. It does not mean kill yourself. So I'm glad that this screen is reinforced that clear thing. So let's just go, again, I'm not even sure what the next pages are green, even though I know I glanced through them before. Let's go to the next screen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Here we are with screen 3 out of 19. Amber Ann 2 weeks ago @Squishyopia. I've seen a lot of what you said and did, and nothing they said or did even compares to what you guys did to Alternative. And nothing Erik said, that's me, thank you, whoever this is, was any worse than the lies, exaggerations you put out there. The biggest difference is when he tweeted, there were maybe 2 people seeing those tweets. That's far from doxing, by the way. People really overuse this word anymore. The stuff you posted went to many more people, and you had 10 other accounts harassing him with you. So just stop with the pity party, and for the love of God, let the police take care of actual crimes and things that matter. Well, you matter too, Squishyopia, but I think what you're doing is wrong. Well, that's just my opinion. No offense. Back to the screenshot. Apologies. Anyway, you're in your own bubble of reality, it seems, and no one from outside can reach you. He was defending his friends. You were attacking everyone. If you didn't start harassing people in the first place, none of this would even be a discussion right now. So just stop saying or typing anything to them again. If you actually want it all to stop, I know he has offered that up a dozen times. Thank you. Oh, if you actually want it all to stop, it says stop, end it. I see a lot of mention of that at the end, and every time it's about the harassment campaign, it's never about ending your lives. Like I said, this is just obvious stuff, people. I know this is unnecessary, but I'm just reading the screens. They were posted at me to get me in trouble, so I guess it's up to me to do what I'm doing. Okay, so next. Screen 4, Amber Ann 4 hours ago. Now, up until now, they've been 2 weeks ago. Now this is 4 hours ago. Heads up, this is a later date than the other ones. I'm not quite sure how much later, if it's days, weeks, or months. It's later. And this appears to be Amber Ann now telling Squishy about what Hopelessly has been doing with stories about the person who's telling them supposedly to commit suicide. So I guess they're just giving Squishy a heads up for whatever their intentions are. Let's see if you can figure that out reading the screens. And there in the bottom left, you can see a crying kitty. That is Hopelessly Realistic's edition. I'm not sure who the cat's supposed to be. We'll see if we find out at the end of this video. Okay, so Amber ran 4 hours ago. Remember, knowing that this is a different occasion than the last screens. Hi, you might want to erase this after you read it, and I won't take it personally. But I wanted to let you know that Hopeless is using your video and story to make her own videos and Twitter posts as if she's helping you and is involved, including telling people she's working on getting screenshots of the emails or messages you got. This seems like a lie after watching your video, so just a heads up since she included me in this fake story as well. Okay, so this is Amber giving Squishy a heads up about what Hopelessly is doing, and I think there's some context I haven't given you, and maybe I've hinted at it, which is this. Squishy has a YouTube channel. It's been around for, I don't know, 8, 9 months, 7, and a variety of interesting videos, but Squishy has delved into drama videos and is quite targeted at some people. I would say me, I would say my partner. Let the courts decide. But they, at some point, took every video down. Then I guess I might be kind of saying things twice, but they took everything down, then they took everything back up later, except for all the drama videos. But again, this is what it's all built into. They put up one big giant drama video, I'll call it, or disclaimer. Go see their channel yourself. You see the spelling of the name. Maybe I'll put a link. Maybe you could ask Siri. But there's this big long video. I'm not going to go into all of it, but just screenshots on a black background of this, that, this charge, that charge. But, yes, I do think part of it was the accusation. This is the main part of the accusation that someone has tried to get them to commit suicide. And Squishy's video is clearly blaming it on Alternative. It said that Alternative has done it with a sock puppet account on behalf of me and my partner. That's right there in the screenshot in black and white. Now, sure, they say no names, but it's as clear as rain what they mean when they describe the person as this channel that has then given a platform to so-and-so to do such and such, and this and that, meaning they've gone into enough details where everyone in the know knows exactly what they mean. There's no get out of jail free cards because you just try to find a loophole, so-and-so and so-and-like. So, sorry about that, I'm rambling. Yes, I'm just giving the backstory that this is where it seems that video I just described from Squishy, sorry, that's where Hopelessly got their details. So from that one screen, they just came up with a whole storyline that they posted. But again, then it's supposed to be later that, so here's the thing, so Squishy gave no receipts, no screenshots in their video. Nothing, just, their word for it, take their word for it, no screenshots whatsoever. And so I don't know where Hopelessly got them because they weren't posted. You might say, well, they just got them from the internet. Well, it's my impression from reading all this that the events that Squishy is using as proof of I hope I haven't said death threats, because remember they got confused death threats and trying to get someone to commit suicide. So the trying to commit suicide accusations came, and then I'm pretty sure that Squishy deleted those comments on the YouTube channel comments because, again, they're nowhere to be seen, and I'm sure they aren't leaving up forever threats for suicide to scare their followers. I'm sure they were gone. 99.999%. So yes, if Hopelessly didn't have them already, Hopelessly wasn't going to go find them on the YouTube page. So it has to be someone who has the screenshots. Who would have the screenshots? From what I've heard described of that event through screenshots is that, I'm sorry to take so many words, Squishy was in a comment discussion on her video about, I'm actually not sure what video it was. And, so she's typing comments, 1, 2, or 3 other followers or just people who view her channel were there at the same time having their comments, kind of like live commenting. And then this person, Amber, I think, joins in and starts saying these things as well, just having a discussion, and then says the things that Squishy took to be a call to suicide. And so imagine then they leave, and they're blocked by Squishy, and so Squishy and 1, 2, or 3 people are viewing this, and I guess if they took it to be a suicide push, they're shocked. I don't know how they got that from the screenshot. Sometimes people want to read what they want it to be, or they pretend to read it as they want it to be. That's part of gaslighting, I've heard. Anyways, so all that to say, what of those 3 or 4 people must be the source of the screenshots? Who are these people? Trusted friends of Squishy? Was it Squishy herself? Was it a random unnamed person? I guess only Hopelessly Realistic knows for sure which person gave it to them. Maybe one of them gave it to someone else, who gave it to someone else, who gave it to Hopelessly. Who knows? But let's try to apply a little common sense, knowing that there's a small set of people who have seen this thing live that was then deleted. Who knows each other? Who used to talk? Who used to share stuff? Hopelessly and Squish. Or you know what? I don't know something for sure. I guess I'm not going to say for sure it's true. So obviously it's a possibility. And then none of this basically matters as to who did this or did that. The main thing is the false accusations that are made based upon non-evidence. But as this video is showing, it's on Hopelessly now that Hopelessly has taken the step of trying to use this non-evidence and has been caught and has been shamed, I think. I'm sorry, Hopelessly. You still are a human being, and I love you. And I love Squishy, and I've said this before, maybe it's the first time I said this video. I love everybody. Except maybe the cultist. No, that's for a different video. And I haven't called you a card-carrying member of the cult, Hopelessly. I hope you know that. I haven't called out Squishy. For most people involved in this, what I've said is people have been manipulated, not recruited, not recruited, just been most likely manipulated. Yeah. And if it's more than that, I wouldn't know. But hopefully you're a little separate, different case. But again, I'm not saying you're in the cult. You work with them, it seems, but I'm not saying you're in the cult. And I'm not saying your non-cult related friends are in cults. A lot of talk about cults. You can say it's on me, but actually it's funny when I hear acquaintance of yours online that I've never directed anything at, denying that they're in the cult or joking about them being in the cult. I'm like, I didn't say it. You said it. Do you have a guilty conscience? Anyways, where are we on the screen? So it's a heads up from Amber to Squish. I'm not quite sure why they even feel the need to do this, but let's see where this goes from here. Do you know what Hopelessly Realistic's evidence is? It's the screenshot on page screen 17. I've talked about endlessly. It's the non-evidence. It's the nothing evidence. Now, is that really the same evidence that Squishy is basing everything upon? If there could be 2 sets of supposed evidence in one case that somehow 2 different entities have got different versions of, I'd love to see it. Maybe that's what's happening. Again, maybe Squishy has better evidence. Maybe someone literally said, you need to go kill yourself. Or maybe they have a screenshot of that. I haven't seen it. I've just seen the one that's non-evidence. And again, so I had to say that because I don't know for sure what Squishy is doing out there. Maybe someone really did do it. Because here's where it gets complex, is that Amber Ann. So either there is seems to me either one, Amber Ann, who innocently just said something normal that someone took to mean something it absolutely doesn't and never would be interpreted that way, and that was a mistake on the part of the people that took it the wrong way. Either they were confused by some means, or they're just intentionally playing something up because they didn't think anyone would ever call them on it. Sometimes people make accusations knowing they could throw it in the headline, and no one ever actually reads the article, and they get away with it. Maybe that's it. So again, that's the one. Option one is that there was an Amber Ann completely innocent, and that's all there is, and there's been a mistake by the people accusing Amber Ann of something they did not do. Option number two. Again, this doesn't defend anything for what Hopelessly Realistic's done. This is just Hopelessly Realistic has been caught. But as for Switchy, as I said, card's not been shown yet, so let me be devil's advocate and speak in their defense. And I would like to see their actual screenshots so they can confirm this, because I'm just giving them the benefit of the doubt. Based on where I'm communicating this from is having seen a number of these screens. And actually, yeah, I'll just give you a heads up before I try to read the screen to you. And the second thing is this. This is a story that seems to be from what I can piece together. And sorry for being such a, well, whatever I'm doing with my talking style. Sorry. That there was someone named Amber Ann that has, an account, a known logo, a known name, a known presence of someone who types messages on YouTube in various ways related to this drama story, and say they were, normal type comments, just their opinion, completely legal. But there is someone who wants to set this person up. And by setting, I don't mean you're really setting up an unnamed stock account. I mean, they're going to imply that they know who it is, like, oh, it's Alternative or one of her friends. But, they said it was Alternative on behalf of me and Patch. That's what was in Switchy's thing. I mean, I'll go find, before I post this, I'll verify that I'm not wrong about that. So again, as I said, there was a person that could very easily make a YouTube account, put a logo of someone else as their logo, take the name of the other person and make it their name, and, start to join in the fray, start to make their threats or their pushes to kill yourself. So you can all see this very easily can be done. Someone just basically spoofs another person, basic spoof. And then why would I jump to that? Why would I think that? Well, Amber Ann, the supposedly good one, helped make that clear. Through actually the help of Squishyopia. And this is how that goes. Is this Squishyopia makes okay? This is the story. This is the story. Squishyopia is online talking to people. Amber Ann shows up, makes an act of suicide push, then gets blocked by Squishyopia. Squishyopia made the screenshots, is all worried supposedly. Then at some later date, I don't know if it's hours, days, or weeks, the supposed original Amber Ann, not even knowing, having no clue what the imposter did in their name and tried to set them up, doesn't know. But it does. But Amber Ann, the original decent person, maybe sounds decent to me, comes in and starts commenting some more for whatever purposes they may choose. And here's what the screenshots show. Squishyopia is amazed. Squishyopia is shocked. She's nonplussed. What's going on? How can you be here? I blocked you. And let me tell you, this is not the first time I've seen Squishyopia get confused like this. But okay, so Squishyopia, I blocked you when you made those death threats. When you made the suicide push. Sorry for that confusion. It happens. It takes a while for Amber Ann to figure out what's going on because Amber Ann is in the dark in this until Amber Ann is able to see more messages and read what Squishy has to say. But what this shows is that through Squishy's own statement, I blocked you, you should not be able to be here. What this shows is that there are two Amber Anns. There is the imposter and there is the original. There is the possibly decent one. And please don't try to tell me that the same Amber Ann tried to set themselves up. No, if it was one person who just wanted to do one bad thing, they would create the account and they would go tell the person to try to kill themselves and then either frame somebody or just take the blame themselves or just do it for their own purposes. So, in either case, the primary Amber Ann is innocent until proven guilty, and nothing has been proven. So I hope that's sort of clear about the two possibilities which arose from these screenshots. Let's see if the following screenshots help make that clearer. Thank you. Screen 6, people, and this is getting even more interesting. What this seems to me is it shows Squishyopia admitting that Squishyopia is the provider of screenshots to Hopelessly Realistic, so that the screenshots Hopelessly Realistic has are what Squishy is also basing things upon. First, okay, that's my first assumption. Again, I just read this clear 5 seconds ago, and that's what I'm thinking. So let's just read this together. Okay, I'm sorry part of it's covered up. I'm not sure if that's probably my mistake, but let's just do our best. Squishyopia 12 hours ago edited. Font editing. We can't control what she does with the screenshots. We sent her months ago, but also don't really care what it says because she's not lying about it. Just because something didn't agree with her actions doesn't probably mean so. Just because she doesn't, or they, sorry, I've made that mistake a couple times. I apologize. Just because, or no, when I said, they would wrote I guess. So just because Squishyopia didn't agree with her Hopelessly Realistic, that's not clear, actions, doesn't mean she, Hopelessly Realistic, is ever lying about what she said about probably Alternative, right? So, okay, so you can pause this and think about it for a second. I'll pause for just 2 seconds. So, if I'm reading this correctly, Squishyopia, please correct me if I'm wrong. You sent, okay, so you think someone told you to kill yourself. Months ago, you sent screens of that to Hopelessly Realistic. Now, I'm kind of wondering why it took months for you to make your video about it. Were you trying to get all the police reports in, see if you could get me arrested first for something I didn't do, or Alternative didn't do, or anyone didn't do, except either, basically your imagination, but. And you're saying you didn't agree with the actions of Hopeless, but that doesn't mean they're lying about everything, I guess. And what are the actions you don't agree with Hopelessly Realistic? And again, correct me if I'm wrong, because you've taken down all your drama-related videos on this subject, but I'm just going by memory. I think it's what Hopelessly Realistic did in relation to Alternative, and the, unfortunately, Wicked Daddy cult and cult leader, or just clubhouse leader, whatever you want to call it, club, cult. Yes. Sorry, folks, that are hearing this for the first time. This is a dark, twisted tale, and I'm sorry it has to be delved any further into, but I'm just responding to people who are trying to go come after me, blah, blah, blah. I say that sometimes, or yada, 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 just kidding. Sorry to get around the bush. Hopelessly, who has a mega grudge against Alternative, so strongly that any friend of Alternative becomes a target of Hopelessly as well, if it's going to help in her target campaign, but that's neither here nor there, maybe it is. But so it's such a strong bitterness from Hopelessly that what did Hopelessly do? After hearing the charges that Alternative was raped by the cult or clubhouse leader, that sexual photography, not sex, but abuse, photography media was generated through that abuse, and Hopelessly wanted to talk to that person, wanted to get some more dirt on the target of their hatred alternative wanted some dirt, wanted some of those pictures perhaps. What is hopelessly known for? Revenge porn. I hope that doesn't get this video blacklisted. I don't even care. Revenge porn. Look at Hopelessly Realistic's Twitter, if you can find it. It's got their supposed defense of it all over their banner. They think that they're lawyers. I don't think, maybe I think I'm a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, they're not a lawyer. Let's let the real lawyers take care of this, but I would say just don't do this stuff. Hopelessly, don't even like try to get close to the line of revenge porn, which you have, you have posted pictures of alternatives abuse into your Google Docs. You have sent it around. People have seen it. You have sometimes denied it. You said, I never put any naked pictures in there. Then later you said, oh, well, if I did, it's because they were legitimately sourced nude pictures that I'm allowed to post and send to people. Again, it's sick stuff. I'm not going to go further into details. I think you know that that's the motivation of this. That's why Hopelessly reached out to that cult or club leader. And Squishypia knew about it. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't immediately do much about it, but when it became public, when it was publicly exposed, within a day, I'd say, Squishypia had a video up there saying, I don't support what HR did. And that was all that say, that's what Squishypia is referring to when he says, just because I didn't agree with her actions doesn't mean she's ever lying about this. So, it's like, oh yeah, just because I don't agree with that horrible thing that they did, I'm still gonna give them the benefit of the doubt to everything else they say about anyone else related to the situation. Wow, way to pick your friends. And way to, even after you disavow them, you still kind of take their side. I don't know what to say. So, let's see what the next page has to say. Screen 7. I'm just going to read through this quickly. First, Amber Ann, 12 hours ago. Squishypia, seriously, I'm not the person you are talking about. Obviously, Jesus, never mind. Squishypia responds back. Amber Ann, this profile told us to kill ourselves publicly on a chain with Nicole Cottle. Squishypia again, even if you weren't alt, you still told us to commit suicide. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. Here we see Amber Ann saying they're not the one you're talking about. It's obvious. Jesus. Oh, that's my cat out there. Which kind of matches the thing about assuming that there was an original, duplicate or imposter, and now she's coming back, this Amber Ann, and saying, I have no idea what you're talking about. But remember, it also matches up, assuming there wasn't even a need for a second account, so assuming that this all stems from the mistaken evidence where you say, end this harassment, or end this, stop this, whatever, and saying, oh, you must be saying end my life. The fake evidence. If this is also talking about the fake evidence where Squish is going on the basis of it being real evidence, Amber Ann knowing that she never did anything wrong. Obviously, she didn't ever go back and look at that screenshot and think that was her telling someone to kill themselves. Anyway, so that's the first thing, responding. Let's just go down to, again, what Squishy says. Amber Ann, this profile told us to kill ourselves publicly on a chain with Nicole Collette. If it was an imposter, I'd want to know if you actually clicked on the name to see their actual profile page to see if it matches up to all the details, like creation date, videos, no videos, etc., to the one that you later on are accusing of being the same one. But again, if this all stems from that fake evidence, then Squishy is just confused about the fake evidence or purposely misleading its intention. And here's what if we're never going to go get any answers out of Squishy, if they're going to stay silent and just keep it all to themselves and their detective contacts, then I would like Nicole Cottle to tell us, what did you see? I think I've seen Nicole Cottle around. I think that they're a very nice, excellent person. I hope I'm not one. I think they're excellent. I'm sorry to even mention. In this video that's coming from Hopelessly Realistic screenshots in her video, so again, if everybody knows Nicole Cottle, just ask, hey, were you there today? Squishypia was told to kill themselves. What were the words you remember being said? Was it clear and clear evidence, or was it something kind of vague like the fake screenshots? Or not the fake screenshots, the non-evidence. And then, of course, you'll see at the bottom, I guess it's a reference to the fact that Squishy has made accusations that Alternative told her to kill herself, and when called on maybe it wasn't her, she just kind of goes to plan B and says, even if you weren't alt, you still told us to commit suicide. Meaning, even if I was wrong, someone else did it, so I'll just accuse someone else. And if that someone else later is proven innocent, I'll just call it someone else. That's just me putting words into the situation. Interpret it as you wish. I'm gonna go to the next page. Well, it turns out 8 and 9 are sort of overlapping screens, so I'm just going to skip right to 9, which is the full screen. And this is really a bit of a hot mess. I'm going to read it. It's pretty jumbled and garbled and nonsensical in some ways, but I'm going to read it and then give you my 2 cents afterwards. Squishypia 12 hours ago. We have the screenshots. Other people saw the conversation as we privated our channel minutes after you told us to kill ourselves, while other people that were on the thread don't even bother lying. Plenty of people have seen it and have the proof, you snake. If you aren't alternative, which pretty sure you are, but it doesn't really matter if you admit it because the police have the profile and will connect it to her if it is, and won't do shit if it's not. You're Erik or Mel Joy, who are pricks who like telling people they deserve to die. Okay, folks, do you see all the assumptions? Do you see all the basically just fairy tales made up in this screenshot? It doesn't matter if they're alt. They're pretty sure you are, but it doesn't really matter if they admit it. The police have the profile. So basically, Squishypia makes a police report on a specific person and later on says, well, I don't care if it's that person or not actually, because if you're innocent, they'll just be innocent, and if it's someone else, we'll just get someone else. If you're not sure, you don't put the name on it in the original. You just say, unnamed person is threatening. Please find it out in case, please. Don't just make up something and just assume. Okay, well, even given that, fine. What's the rest of it? Well, who are pricks who like telling people they deserve to die? Wait, who's that for? Mel Joy and Erik? They're pricks who like telling people they deserve to die? That's never been done, never been proven. So far, you have an unnamed person who you thought was alternative. Maybe it's some unnamed person named Amber Ann, but in any case, you know that Erik and Mel Joy also tell people they deserve to die. How is this one Amber Ann somehow 3 or 4 people, and you don't seem to care who it is? You just throw accusations like, I'm at a loss of words, Squishypia. If this is how you handle your legal maneuvers, that's why I said in the live stream, you've said lies on legal documents. I know it. And when I get my hands on them, they're going to my lawyer or they're going to the police. You're just a hot mess with this. And sure, I can have sympathy because I imagine you're scared. You have no reason to be scared. I mean, okay, if someone told you to kill yourself, yeah, be scared. But first of all, I see no evidence that's happened. And secondly, that you would throw that accusation at 4 different people, not caring which one it actually was. But, kill them all, let God just sort it out sort of thing. Someone please, in the comments below, or contact me, explain to me how this makes sense to you. What am I missing? Okay, next screen. Screen 10. This one I'll just read through. It just seems to be Amber Ann professing their innocence, and it sounds pretty convincing to me, but I'm still waiting for the evidence to the contrary, but let me just read this through. Amber Ann, 12 hours ago, edited. Oh wait, I missed that Nicole thing. I don't know any Nicole. Can you tell me what video so I can go look? Nicole is the name, the publicly known name of one of the people. I'll just leave it at that. Is it still there? I will give you my phone number if that helps figure this out. I know I have never been near anything you were talking about, and I don't share my account or phone with anyone who could do that. Amber ran 12 hours ago at Squishyapia. Again, I have no clue what you saw. There is no way this account or I did that, or I don't understand how that could happen. This doesn't make sense. I don't know you at all. I know of you. I came here to warn you. Why would I cut? Wait more. As for the warn you, this seems to me that means that this is when Amber came to warn Squishyapia what Hopelessly Realistic was doing with their story in the Hopelessly Realistic's own tweets, videos, and whatnot. And at that point is when this was typed, when Amber was doing the warning. And of course, Squishyapia wasn't interested in the warning, was more interested in accusing them of telling them to kill themselves. Okay, that's about it for this one. Screen 11. This is one I'll just simply read through. No comment necessary. Amber ran 12 hours ago at Squishyapia. I could tell you what I know and how I know, but I can't in public. But I want to know what's going on if someone's using my account, and how. Maybe there's a way that I can't think of anything right now at all that I can find out, and therefore you would find out too. I imagine you want to know who is saying those things for real, not just guess. But I can swear on my kid, I have no idea what comments happened or who Nicole is or anything you have mentioned so far. I talked to one of the people you mentioned, but they can't use my account, and they wouldn't do anything you've talked about. Yeah, I don't know what else I can even say here in public. I have no clue. Maybe someone used this picture and a name similar to mine. Do you have screenshots to see? Can YouTube accounts have the exact same name? Oh yes, they can. Okay, next screen. Screen 12. Amber ran 12 hours ago edited. Wait, you just said you blocked me, and I'm here typing, not blocked, then it wasn't this account. That's something we referred to before. One of the theories. Okay, my email blocked out. I'll delete this in a few, because I want to know what's happening too, of course. Yeah, it wasn't much use, Amber deleting that message in a while to protect their email account address, because again, here we see that someone's been passing it around, posted on the internet. Whoever gave it to Hopelessly Realistic, I haven't been, oh, actually, sorry, it actually has been confirmed, right? Squishyapia says, months ago I gave this to Squishyapia, so I gave it to Hopelessly Realistic. Not very nice, but I guess, whatever, let's just move on. Oh, one last thing, I have seen Hopelessly Realistic in YouTube comments kind of gloating over the fact that the email was exposed, kind of pointing it out to people as if, hey, the email's there, what are you gonna do with it? I don't know. But anyways, next one. Amber ran 11 hours ago, edited. Okay, so it seems to be a little time difference, an hour or so. Wait, the only person who would have something to gain from publicly telling you to do that thing and threaten you is not going to be someone obvious like Alternative. It would be someone setting up someone else, because that person thought they caught Alternative using a fake account. This one. So that person made an account to look like it was me, and then did something disgusting in public, and then went and made a ton of videos and Twitter posts to try and take Alternative down. Who would benefit from that? That has to be it. OMG, I bet that's what happened. What the fuck? Because who would publicly say that kind of mean stuff, knowing it would look like they themselves did it? I have no. Okay, that ends there. And people, some common sense. When there's a dispute between two people or two groups, and when then out of the blue it seems like one of the groups is handed like a threat or some kind of online thing that's, verboten, criminal, horrible, done in a way that say would be that person and they get in trouble for it. You just don't do that. People, you just don't do the obvious thing. You just don't do the death threats. You just don't do the, hey, go kill yourselves things. People can be more subtle than that. But hey, if you think you can press that charge with no evidence whatsoever, I'd love to see that court date. I'll be in the front row. Hopefully not in the defendant's table. Sorry for the joking. Let me, I guess. And there was a lot of, points made by Amber and arguments. I'll let their strength or their probing value stand. I know that's not the right term. Sorry. I'm an idiot. Next slide. All right, screen 13. This actually is a continuation of the last one, so I'm going to pick up in the middle of the screen and go from there. So, because who would publicly say that kind of mean stuff, knowing it would look like they themselves did it? I have no reason to say that to you, and I don't think Alternative would do that either. It's too stupid. Hopeless would benefit from that, though. Hopelessly Realistic, we're talking about here. Oh, I know this sounds crazy, but think of the great lengths Hopeless has gone to try and beat Alternative. Then Hopeless got caught. This is the only thing that makes sense. It's not my account who did it, because you blocked that account, and no one else used my... Okay, so, said Hopelessly would benefit from it. And I previously mentioned that they would tie their lie in with a bunch of follow-up things to bring attention to it. And please, look at Hopelessly Realistic's YouTube page. Look at the variety of T videos on this topic that they gleefully are creating. Like, oh, I got the evidence, let me spread it out over multiple tweets, multiple videos. Again, all based upon fake evidence that, according to this theory, they may have done themselves. Again, this is just a theory. We don't know that Hopelessly did this. They stand to benefit from it. They are tied to the situation. They have immediately gone and made videos about it and drawn attention to it. But again, that's not proof they did it. There's no proof that anyone did it, because we don't have the IP addresses. We don't have the resources, but I guess they're working on it, and heaven help whoever they find who did this. And I know it's not me, and I'm not thinking it's Amber Ann, but, yep, that's the screen. Let's go to the next one. Screen 14. Now, Hopelessly Realistic, I don't know why you included this screenshot in there. This is me on YouTube, I suppose, one day ago from the screenshot. And let's see what Erik said that you thought was so damning that you just had to share it with the world. Okay, so what did Erik Tiger, and case in point, if you ever see an Erik Tigger, that's not me. Okay, so I wrote, one question, where are the screenshots of the death threat or the attempt to encourage someone to kill themselves? That is the charge you are making. It is up to you to prove it, not Maljoy. Please show the screenshots, and if you are sticking to your story that the comment was deleted and only in the notifications, screenshot the notification. We all know what notifications look like. Awaiting patiently your screenshots. If you have none, how dare you make baseless accusations? Cheers, Erik. 5 responses below. Now I'm remembering why Hopelessly probably put this in there. They're trying to build this storyline, this narrative that's going to be wrapped up in a bow in the end. So they're saying, oh, look, Erik's saying, show the evidence, while Hopelessly knows gleefully in the back of her mind, well, he's about to see them. Oh, folks, we've already seen the end at the beginning. Screen 17. It's non-evidence. It's non-evidence. It's not evidence. It's nothing. So a little preemptive joy there on your part, Hopelessly. Remember, you've already been proven wrong. I think at this point, it feels like hours ago. We're more just filling in the blanks and possibly seeing how Squishyapia fits into this. So again, I've read my message here, and it's pretty clear, and I don't see any problems with it. Screen 15. Here we see a YouTube comment by Hopelessly Realistic, followed by a YouTube comment by Erik Tiger, which is me. So I will just read them and give my thoughts on each one. One day ago, Hopelessly Realistic, one day ago, edited. I would, if I was the one who received it, but I'm working on it. How about you? To proof your BS story about my involvement in this BDSM cult? You're a joke, my dude. Okay, so I referred to this previously. When she says she's she would if she'd received it, but she's working on it. I mean, I said, why don't you show the receipts? And she says, well, I'd show them if I'd received it. Well, she's working on it. So she doesn't have the receipts, but she's working on it. Again, we wondered how she is working on it. That's a mystery for a previous screen. And then she asks about proof for BDSM cult. If you would like to see a live stream I did with Alternative a while back, going all over about the BDSM cult and lots of information about other topics, it's the live stream linked in my About page, whether it's my Erik Tiger YouTube channel or Erik Crab. I think you could find them if you search for them. If you can't find them by searching for those names, search for the video called Ruby, R-U-B-Y, Bad Dog. You might be able to find one of my YouTube channels that way. Okay, I guess I was talking about it's actually 4.5 hours, maybe 4 hours of it's me talking, 4.5 hours, another half hour of Alternative perhaps. I didn't time those, but it's about 4.5 hour live stream. A lot of information, the sound quality is kind of poor. There was some echoing, there'd been echoing, but even worse prior. We improved it a bit, but it's not perfect. And yeah, if anyone could watch it, ask any questions or give any comments, I've really only heard feedback from like 1 or 2 people, but I don't expect that much more because the comments were turned off for reasons that are not for me to say, but yeah, the comments are off, so you're gonna get limited response with the comments off. I understand, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, you can add any comments you have to my videos if you wish, and I'll look at them. Okay, so I think I said something about what Hopelessly said there. Let me read my response to the part where she says, she's working on it. She hasn't got it, but she's working on it. And she mentions something about me proving something to her and calls me a joke. So I say to Hopelessly Realistic, please don't deflect. Okay, so you are admitting you made a serious accusation and you have not seen the proof. You are posting this video based upon the words of another. It seems pretty clear from your videos that you are, since I know I wrote the rest of this, I'm reading off the top of my head what I might have said at that point. It seems pretty clear to me from your videos that you are basing your evidence upon Squishapia's video, the one I talked about, which is simple text on the screens and the black and white text on the screen where she, makes her charge, makes her accusation with no receipts. So I was figuring Hopelessly was basing things upon that because that's what was publicly accessible, and it was clear what they were trying to say, but there was no receipts. Now, if Hopelessly at this point had already, because it was mentioned that months before Squishy had sent the receipts to Hopelessly, again, we're talking about the non-evidence receipts, no evidence receipts, they're receipts, but there's no evidence in them, that's what I'm trying to say. So I might have been jumping the gun that Hopelessly was basing it upon those screens and not just that one simple disclaimer video on her channel, but whichever one it is, none of them had any evidence, and I'm still waiting to see any real evidence, or any evidence whatsoever. I'm not picky, just show me something. Okay, so I guess I beat that dead horse. Let's go to the next screen. Good news, folks. Though this is screen 16, it's actually the last screen with real content because we've already gone over 17 and 18, and I'm not going to rehash that. It's already been said and done. So this is the last real screen of content I'm going to read. This is on the Hopelessly Realistic's video, trying to show this story about the suicide push upon Squishyopia. So what's written here? Mel Joy, 1 day ago. I just watched this against my better judgment, but there is no proof or evidence. Did you just assume everyone would read the title and no one would actually watch the video? You were right by the looks of your comments. I wonder who's right. Probably me. And if anyone's wondering, I know there was mention of Mel Joy in the previous clip. I forget who said it, maybe Hopelessly or whatnot. You can see here that Mel Joy joined into the YouTube comments at some point, pointing out what was pretty evident to everybody, that there was no evidence, there was no evidence. And even now with the video with evidence, there's still no evidence. So really, I think we've wrapped up the story. Maybe I'll think of some more to say before I end the video. But there is the final screen from Hopelessly Realistic's page I would like to show everyone. Screen 19. Well, Hopelessly Realistic, I hope you don't mind me using the screen. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've learned something. I appreciate your time. You can see below that I have, again, reused the YouTube window from Hopelessly Realistic's video. You can see the title down there. It's Trying to Save Her Pathetic, All the Tea, Part 1.4. Can you imagine if I had done all of this for Part 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, possibly 1.0 if it exists? Sorry for the siren in the background. I live in a busy city. Anyways, thank you. And I really wish this wasn't necessary. Final words? Hopelessly Realistic. Can you give this war a finality? Can you stop? I know you're bitter about something someone said to you like 8 months ago and you've never been able to let it drop a single day. And I could swear to people, the people that hate Alternative, the top 6 or so, she has a list of reasons for every 6 of them why they started this. She knows she's narrowed it down to the exact comment, the exact video or community post. That's all it takes. One word, and certain people will be campaigning against somebody for maybe the rest of their natural born lives. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll end sooner. I hope so. And again, I'm sorry if I joke. As I said in my live stream, I laugh so I don't cry, and that's no joke. And I love you all, and peace be with you. Let's make this a better year than last. We all can participate. Thank you. Bye-bye.